Kelly, thank you. Well, March is Women's History Month, and a local cocktail company is saying cheers to the women who have helped shake things up.
Good one. Straightaway Cocktails on Southeast Hawthorne is offering mixology classes, giving you the chance to make cocktails and learn about the women behind them. Joining us in studio is mixologist Jody Weinstein. Good morning, Jody. Thank you for waking up with us this morning and this gorgeous spread that you have brought.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Tell us a little bit about Straightaway Cocktails and their making history mixology classes.
Yeah, so we are, as Straightaway Cocktails, we make ready-to-drink cocktails is one of the components of what we make and do. And in addition, we also do botanical liqueurs, amari, and vermouth.
Okay.
And that is what the accompany is aspect, and then the Straightaway is more of those cans. And so for the history class, I teach cocktail classes. This one is themed around women and cocktails. So there's just some fun history and some fun different methods of how to mix and go about it. So.
I love that.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, really neat. And again, you have the canned cocktails. This is how I stumbled across Straightaway back, about a year or two ago now, where I was walking across on my way over to Helium and saw you guys. You do an awesome job. It'd be great to learn how to make one of these. So what are you mixing up today?
So I have a couple cocktails here that I was doing, but maybe I'll just start with the first one, which is the Hanky Panky.
Okay.
So this is a really special cocktail because it was one of the classic cocktails that was invented by a woman, created by a woman.
Okay.
Which historically women weren't. There weren't a lot of cocktails created by women because of just how history has gone, and so this was created by. Ada Coleman. She was the head bartender of the Savoy in London back in the early 20th century. So
cool.
I'll just start mixing and talking. Does that sound?
Yeah. What goes into the Hanky Panky? Cheeky name, might I add?
I know, it's pretty cute.
Yes.
So it is. It's a gin drink.
Okay.
So it is. We are doing 1.5 ounces of gin.
Okay.
We are doing sweet vermouth.
Is this one of the drinks that you also have canned, or is this one that you can learn to make during the history mixology classes?
It's one you can learn to make.
Okay, great.
So it's not one of the canned ones, but so the cocktails that we make in the classes are separate from the ones that we do as like ready to drinks, which is kind of the fun aspect of learning how to make cocktails.
What is that you're putting in?
And then this is Fernet. I'm just doing little droppers of Fernet, which is kind of the key last ingredient in the Hanky Panky. So it's gin, sweet vermouth, Fernet, and then we add ice, and we're gonna stir.
Okay.
Nice.
And
it smells very good.
Yeah, it's nice and aromatic.
I mean, I don't know how healthy it is to say this cocktail smells good at 8:40 in the morning, but I'm not honest.
We're not judging here, Emma.
I'm for that. I'm here for that. All right, so we give this a nice little stir for about 30, 40 seconds. So, and I'm gonna kind of just cut a little short just for the sake of. So,
Absolutely.
So this is going to be strained into a coupe.
Okay.
And
then voila.
And voila.
So I should have asked you this as you were going about it, but how can people sign up for these classes if they are interested in learning how to make these kinds of cocktails?
Yeah, so we on Eventbrite we have a number of cocktails that are cocktail classes that are listed there.
Okay.
So if you just go to Eventbrite and then look at Straightaway or a company and search for our classes, we have all of them listed, and there's a description of them and what you'll get to learn about and what you'll be working with.
How neat.
So
what's your background? What made you want to, get into the cocktail space, and what made you want to, share it with other women, especially this month?
Yeah, I've been in the food and drink world for quite a few years here in the Portland area, and I love it. I think it's such a neat craft to do, and I had the opportunity to teach the classes, and so it's been such a fun thing to develop the classes and highlight different cocktails that are just neat, like classics or new interpretations of cocktails. So
that's wonderful. Fantastic. I love that. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, and it's a work
and a
of
little orange garnish there.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about the smell. Now it does smell like bread. There's a little orange juice smell.
Oh, and I forgot to do a little zest. So you kind of do a little zest spritz.
Okay, a little orange twist on it.
Great.
Yeah, so there's that one.
It does smell good. Do we have time for? Well, I think we do have time to do another one. If you're up for whipping up another cocktail.
Sure. Let's
so
do
when
it.
when you do these classes, how how many cocktails are people learning? Is it you just kind of like fire through with ingredients and just show them like the little ins and outs, or what's it really like?
So we do 4 cocktails in the classes.
Okay.
So we kind of get a little, we have the recipe cards, and then we make it 4, and then they get to sip on them and split them amongst themselves.
These
It's really
recipe cards, they are cute in and of themselves.
Thank
those
you.
are so
Aren't they?
adorable. I would
That's
love
great.
to have those on my bar cart. Absolutely cutest thing
Oh,
ever.
thank you. That's for people to take too with them.
Oh, good.
Sorry. for
Oh,
that.
you're good.
Let's
All right,
do
so cocktail number
this.
2.
Number 2 is the Bacchus Behave, which is a cocktail that I created or kind of came up
Okay.
with as a nod to one of the first cocktail books written by a woman.
Oh, wow.
It's actually out of print, and so it's kind of a rare book to get your hands on.
Do you
What
want
book
one?
is that?
I want one.
You
Yes,
want
I
one?
want one.
What's the book?
It's called Bacchus Behave: The Lost Art of Polite Drinking.
Oh, wow. Okay, really neat. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your ode with this cocktail? What are we whipping up?
Well, Bacchus was the Roman god of wine, so I went with a wine spritz inspired cocktail.
I love
Okay.
That features a couple of our liqueurs and amari. So I'll just start mixing and talk here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the marigold is a citrus amaro that we make. It is kind of bright and citrusy and botanical, but also a little bit bitter.
And you do these are you make these liqueurs, right? And they,
We
like,
do.
These are,
Yeah, we make these and our own recipes. And so let's see, and I'm going to add our dry vermouth.
Do you have a personal favorite? Is there a recipe that, like, if you had to drink one or make one even, just that's the one you're sticking with?
For this particular class?
Yes.
I do love this one. I love kind of wine spritz inspired cocktails. I love a good Aperol spritz.
Yes.
So this is kind of a nice nod to spritzes. So
Nice.
yeah.
This is completely out of my wheelhouse. I have like a full bar cart and I want to get more into making cocktails, but if it's more complicated than a gin and tonic, I just feel out of my realm. So this would be not only a good place to learn, but I guess the community with other women learning about women and making cocktails. That would just be so fun as well. Go with your girlfriends or
Yeah, totally.
whoever.
You should come to the class.
I should. Maybe you'll find me there.
Yeah,
I'll walk away actually knowing something.
Yeah.
It's fun to learn about how and why you do certain things that you do in cocktail making. So there's certain methods and bar tools and such. And so it's kind of it's neat to have fun getting to learn about it while you're
It is really
mixing
neat.
drinks.
Well, I'm just watching you now, like the amount of nuance that goes into certain things and just the level of care that you go with it. And before we let you go, I do want to talk about your partnership that you have with Alaska Airlines here as well. So we have the canned cocktails here off to the side, which is, again, what a lot of people know you for. But you're with Alaska now. People can find you.
Yeah, so we have our Oregon Old Fashioned and our margarita, and they're on the airlines.
That's so cool.
Fun little cans of a nice cocktail to have while you're flying. So we've been pretty excited to have joined that and had that partnership.
I bet.
So,
Congratulations. It's a big partnership there.
Totally. It's really exciting. So
Yeah, locally based airline, locally based drinks. I know they have local beer on Alaska Airlines depending on where you fly. So this is just, there's certainly an art to this because I am just blown away. You have to make it look good. You can't just throw it together. I mean, like I can make anything that will make you feel good, but I don't know if I can make it look good and make it taste good. So thank you for
Yeah, that is
educating us.
Very
and B,
refreshing look. Was that a little
Yeah.
Prosecco you threw in there at the last second there?
it was Prosecco and a little sparkling water.
Little bubbly.
And that kind of adds that last little fizz to
All right,
it.
Emma,
So,
cheers.
Yeah, please have.
Cheers.
Okay, we can't take a sip of it, but
we can
Yeah.
hold
But
it
we-
and
but
look
we can hold it
nice.
and
Grab
pretend.
one, two.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To all of you. Well,
Happy Monday.
Yeah,
Happy
Monday.
Women's Women's
Cocktails
History
in the
Month.
morning.
And again, you
Cocktails
can sign
in
up for
the
those classes on
morning.
Eventbrite. So, Jody, really appreciate you taking the time to step on in and whip up a few cocktails for us.
And happy Women's History Month.
Yes.
Yes, happy Women's
One
History
woman to another. Well, Straightaway Cocktails located on Southeast Hawthorne and 9th. And to sign up for those classes, again, it's on straightawaycocktails.com. They'll give you all the information that you need.
Yeah.